What's going on? I'm with here my lovely assistant, Luna Luna Boona. Luna Boona. Man, so, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I don't care. I just want to get a lot of things off my chest now. After looking at this video, okay, Chris Rock, he's not pressing charges right now. He got slapped from Will Smith by Will Smith at the Oscars. All right, an Oscar stage. This is an international event now. Whole world, a lot of people. I don't want to say the whole world was watching this because let's be honest, the Oscars ratings is not what it used to be like 10, 20 years ago. But I mean, I'll say roughly millions of people, 10, 15 million people was watching it before he got slapped and broke the internet. Now, like I said, these are two pioneers there in their prime right now in their career. Chris Rock is a great comedian. He's hilarious. Comedians are known for making jokes. They're gonna talk about you, sometimes your personal life, but the whole purpose of a comedian is to take real life situations and turn them into jokes. That's the whole thing. That's all they want to do. But after watching this, man, I was just looking like this little clip, like Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock. I'm like, is this really necessary? And this is a man who actually was nominated for Best Actor, actually won an Oscar first time, and he was, he did really well. Denzel Washington was happy for him, Tyler Perry, a lot of actors, man. But you got people from the UK watching, China. I mean, this is a huge international thing. This is something huge for an actor's career. And with this, Will Smith, I think it was a lot of built up frustrations that was going on with Will Smith, and especially with his relationship with Jada and his wife. So Jada, I mean, talking about this entanglement. Will Smith is the butt of everyone's jokes. They saying all these memes, especially those crying memes. And I'm pretty sure he's just sick of it. Like my wife, disrespected me when he had the red table talk, talking about admitting that she was in entanglement with August Alsina. And then pretty much I don't think he did anything about it. I mean, yeah, he was crying, he was in his tears, but as you can see that Jada was emasculating him all over these years, even though they're in this open relationship and talking about she still had like feelings with Tupac, things of that nature. And like, dang, man, like, so as my manhood, I'm being disrespected. Believe that, when Chris Rock made the joke, I thought it was hilarious. It's really nothing to go ahead and fight somebody over. Now, as a real man, if I was in Will Smith's shoes, I would at least like, hey man, I would have talked to him backstage. I would have wait till the Oscars was over. That's our after party. I would get in contact with Chris Rock, talk to his team, like, hey, can I talk to Chris Rock in the back? And just tell him like, hey man, I just didn't like the joke that you said about my wife. She's dealing with a medical condition. There's a lot of things that's very difficult right now that we're going through. So I mean, I kind of lay off on that joke right now, especially moving forward. Do I make myself clear? Something like that, man. That's what an alpha male would have done. Personally, I mean, going ahead and just you not controlling your emotions, you walking on stage, and you're not thinking about anything else. You just slap them. It's just really I look at it, it's really at first it was funny, but then again, because I was shocked, I'm like, but I like how Chris Rock handled that. I mean, personally, I mean, like I said, we're not Chris Rock. You could throw some balls at him. I could, slam him down. It would have been a brawl, an Oscar. That would have been the first thing in history. But he still kept his composure, and Chris Rock he was telling people, "Hey, I'm the bigger man. I'm gonna continue to move on with the show. I'm gonna continue to do what I have to do, and I'm not gonna let what this man is going through, or if he physically assaulted me, for me to go ahead and run off stage and get off script." But I mean, it was just a little joke, man. But if you have an issue with that, you talk to that man backstage. You don't really want to just go ahead and make a scene that's really unnecessary. Defending a woman that really don't really care about you anyway. You get what I'm saying? People's like, where all this energy at with August? So you got to look at that. But I believe it was like a lot of built up frustrations, and he took it on Chris Rock. Personally, I was talking to my parents and all this stuff, and my grandparents and everything about this because this is all over the news, and they were stating that I believe that because Will Smith is a lot taller. He's a lot taller and bigger than Chris Rock. You get what I'm saying? And so Chris Rock is a small man. I feel like he's like, hey, and I think this is an opportunity for me to show my butt. And he's a smaller guy. I'm just going to intimidate him. I'm gonna do it. He ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'm going to set my business. But the thing is, though, after he made that joke, if you look closely, he was laughing. He was laughing at the whole thing. That's the part I don't understand. He was laughing at the whole thing, but he looked at his wife. Wife wasn't so pleased about this. She wasn't so amused. And that's when he took him on himself, like, hey, let me walk my butt on stage and slap him. So it's kind of crazy. I think Chris Rock. I mean, he on the civil point, like he don't have to, go ahead and file like I say lawsuit or whatever or press charges. But in the state of California, I think that's battery. If you use forceful, intended touching without a person's consent, that's a form of battery, and that's a misdemeanor. And you can at least serve a minimum what 6 months into the county jail, and also too, you can sue him for money, for defamation of character. I mean, this was like on a national stage. I mean, this is the whole world. This literally everyone is talking about this. But I think it shows that Chris Rock was the bigger man, and he had a lot of good things in his heart. Um, Kudos to Chris Rock though, for real, for keeping his composure, man, and keeping it going, keeping it moving. That's what a real man does, man. Uh, I love Will Smith. I love his movies. I think the stuff that he does, he's very talented, good individual. As far as his movies, and he did a phenomenal job with King Richard. But I mean, with this, I can't condone this. I don't. I'm not in a agreement with this. So it's kind of it's kind of sad, in many ways, shape or form, man. So, I mean, and then too, and as a black man, it's very difficult to receive an Oscar. You don't want to. Last thing you don't want to just have an audacity to slap your own, people in front of all these people, man. I don't really care nothing about you. Like it just baffles me, like the way you conducting your business, because you can't control your emotions, and then you go on stage talking about like you're a lover of people, and you can. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was just seeing like different clips of his acceptance speech, but that you love people, but you contradict yourself when you assaulted a man on stage, So, or he could have like grabbed a mic and say, "Hey, this was a very inappropriate joke. Me and Jada, we're gonna go ahead and leave." And that's it. And keep it moving. You've been better off doing that. And then Chris Rock been stunned. He was like, "Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry." Moving on, like but physically putting your hands on this man, like it's really not that necessary. No, now people speculations. If that was a white comedian, or that was Dave Chappelle or Dwayne Johnson or somebody making a joke, what would you do? Like, would you fight? He won't run up on them. But I don't know, man. It was just something that I look at like, gosh, wow, like this is crazy. Like it's so many wars going on. Like it's stuff going on in Ukraine, the George Floyd, all that stuff that happened back in 2020. I mean, the last thing is you don't want to see two brothers fighting, man. This is supposed to be one of the best times in his career. Honoring, and it's supposed to be like the Serena Williams family, honoring their legacy, and King Richard. You know what I'm saying? So Richard Williams. But seeing this, I really can't condone this, man. After looking at this, I don't know how other people think about this situation though, but that's just my take on it. I don't know if the people's in agreement. I talked to some people. Some people siding with Will that he was defending his wife honor, but me, it's hard to defend someone that doesn't care about you, or doesn't have the most respect about you. You look at it, August Alsina, like he didn't run up on him, like he didn't talk about that. And you had Jaden Smith tweeting saying this is how we do it in the family. I'm like, it's like a whole fiasco going on. It was like pretty much a circus. But Chris Rock getting slapped by Will Smith, man. I mean, you can press charges. I know some people in the world like, oh man, that's a B move. He ain't a man. Like, look, bro, like as a man, he had a lot of good things in his heart. He want to be the bigger person. But the thing is, though, how can you love someone but you hate your own brother? Like, things of that nature. You can't even control your own spirit. So that's how I kind of look at it. But I'm not gonna draw this too long because I want to go ahead and make a video about Tyrese Sampson. Unfortunately, young died from the icon heart, but that's pretty much my take on this with the whole Will Smith. I think Will Smith was out of line for that. Things could have held completely different way. It could have been a very professional way, man. Seriously. So, but that's all I really got to say, man. I think too. I was going to add too. I think back in 2016, because I had a little bit of beef too. I think when he wasn't nominated, Jada Pinkett Smith was upset that Will Smith wasn't nominated for any type of Oscars, whatever. So after he did Concussion, right? And Concussion was just a great movie. I remember watching that. Really good, exposing CTE and NFL players. Bear with me, that's my fire alarm. Wife is cooking. But at the same time, man, I mean, it's just slapping them though. I'm like, come on, man. And then he said, like, hey, nobody even invited you anyway. So this was like in 2016. But like I said, overall, it was just a built-up frustration, and Chris Rock just so happened to be, I guess, that tipping point for Will. You gotta control his emotions, man. Seriously. Well, the crazy part is that you have like Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington confronting him. I'm like, man, what about Chris Rock? Like, you even personally apologize to Chris Rock. You apologize to the Oscars, but not Chris. So this was a personal thing. That's why I knew this wasn't staged. I was like, it can't be staged. And some people's perspective believe it was staged because it was, it's a room full of actors. Okay, I understand. They got to do something to boost the ratings. But that's what I initially thought too. But then again, I look at it, I was like, nah, man. Like, Chris Rock looked shook. He looked hurt. Like, this was real. But man, I got really blow my nose. But that's all we have to say, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video. But I just want to go ahead live and tell you guys about this, man. Tell you about my spill on this, man. But thank you for rocking with me, man. There's gonna be more videos coming, more news coming, man. I really appreciate that. If y'all got anything to comment, man, y'all can let me know for real. But that's pretty much how I see the whole situation, that was going on. Yes, Will Smith was wrong, and he could address this a little bit better. Like I said, talking to this man backstage, but instead, you want to humiliate him, had the gem to humiliate him in front of the whole world. So, yeah, man. But if you guys have anything else, though, thank you guys for attending. This live stream, I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's all I really have to say, man. So y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Tell me what you guys think, man. And yeah, stay tuned for my next video. I'm out. Deuces.